Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here at the mighty mini-tropolis of Marnie, Iowa, home of Baxter Cycle, and look what they've laid out for us today. It is a Triumph Street Scrambler 900. Check that beauty out. This one's had a few extras added to it. Just a good looking motorcycle. Let me gear up and let's take this hot rod for a ride. Wahoo! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I love it. Hey, there's a tachometer down here. Look at that. Interesting. A big old Oculus. Great big oversized analog gauge there. As usual, I'm feigning going the wrong way so I can do a tight turn down here. Oh, the clutch feels good on this one. If you're in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, get yourself down here to Baxter Cycle, Marnie, Iowa. BaxterCycle.com. Those guys can help you out. Wahoo! Nice 900 here. Beautiful sounding bike. About 64 horsepower, 59 foot-pounds of torque. That's about 80 Newton meters. Excellent sound. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Wheelbase is 56.9 inches, I believe. That's 1,445 millimeters. Let's see how she turns here. Very good. Very good indeed. Excellent. Excellent. Yahoo! One of the reasons I'm riding this particular motorcycle is I rode a T100 last week with the same engine and was just absolutely blown away at the performance. And what I'm seeing here is about the same thing. Very torquey in the low end. Forks are 41 millimeter. Travel on the front is 4.7 inches. That's about 120 millimeters. Rear's got twin shocks with the same 120 millimeters or 4.7 inches. Look at how this turns. Just on a dime. I love it. Absolutely love it. Excelente. Boy, does she have pull. A gear indicator on the dash. Brakes are 310 millimeter Brembo disc on the front. Very effective. 255 millimeter Nissan on the rear. Wow, excellent pull. We got a little bit of rain coming on us right here. Not enough to make me turn around though. Seating position, I'm slightly leaned forward. I do have to reach for the bars just a little bit, not much. They're nice wide bars, very comfortable in that sense. My knees are slightly lower than my hips. My heels are behind my knees slightly. I would call this comfortable. I like it a lot. Back to the engine, it's a single overhead cam, 4 valve per cylinder, liquid cooled. 64 horsepower, 59 foot-pounds of torque, about 80 Newton meters. 5-speed transmission, very effective 5-speed transmission. And just like any Triumph, shifts fabulously. Clutch is awesome. Adjustable levers for both the clutch and the brake. Has a kind of gritty growl when you're accelerating. I think they built that into these bikes, the Scrambler series that is. Very nice handling, incredibly neutral. Seat height on this hot rod is 31.1 inches. That's about 790 millimeters. And the big number, 492 pounds wet weight. That's 226 kilograms, I think. 492 pounds. That's very good for a bike like this. Iowa's busiest intersection. Great place to turn around. Today we've got the whole place to ourselves. Isn't that nice? Gee, how often does that happen, Fuzzy Biker? I don't know. More than you think, right? Wow, that is impressive. Very good feeling bike. Very manageable feeling motorcycle. Fabulous. Fabulous is the word I can come up with. Okay, let's go over a little bit of the information. Great big display, oversized, kind of a dome top here, analog speedometer on the outside. Down in here we've got a gear indicator, a fuel gauge. Right now we've got the odometer. Using this button down here we can change that to trip meter 1, trip meter 2, miles per gallon. I think that is range, time, and RPM. We'll kind of leave it on RPM for now. This informational LCD is controlled with this button over here. We also have blinkers over here and over here, neutral light and the high beam light right there. I love the Bonneville on the top there. Up here we have the high-lows on the front, information button here, these awesome Triumph blinkers right here, a horn, and the mode button. On this side we've got the kill switch, run switch, start switch, it's a rocker switch all in one, and a hazard light, fly-by-wire throttle. The clutch and the brake lever are adjustable. This bike feels very good. I like the way this runs. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw that bird back there we were playing chicken with, or that one. That's two in a row. I've talked before about the single unified motorcycle theory. That's where you have one motorcycle in your garage that does everything. And this is one of those bikes that would fit that role. This is something that, as a scrambler with a high pipe, you could take it off-road. It's far too pretty to do that, I think, but you could do that. And around town it's just fabulous. And of course it looks the part. It handles incredibly well. You could take this on a long ride if you wanted to. Loads of power, excellent suspension, and a great sound. I just love the sound. Hey, what do we have here? A couple Camaros? Let's do our little spin test here. Hopefully there's nobody coming. A couple Camaros and a Corvette. Look at that, huh? Look at that. Beautiful. Turns excellent. Excellent control. What did I say? 56.9 inch wheelbase, 1445. If you're ever in Marnie, Iowa, get yourself over here to the Derailed Grill. Good eats. Good eats. Loads of torque. Loads of torque. This is one of the motorcycles that I would truly consider owning. I really do love these things. And I also love the looks. We'll take a look at this when we get stopped. I love the pipe on it. I don't know if this has traction control. I'm assuming it does, and I don't know how to shut that off. So how about the handling on a hot rod like this? Well, let's talk about the garage. It's light, 492 pounds, easy to push around, low center of gravity. It's thin, it's easy to sit across, very narrow motorcycle. I think in the garage or parking lot, it's a breeze. 5 to 25 miles an hour, 5 to 35 miles an hour, absolutely no problem at all. You've been watching me do these little spins here, and it just does everything I wanted to do right when I wanted to do it. Very, very good job on its part. Above that, well, it handles very well. I would love to spend a day. I would love to spend a day or two on something like this. It's just a beautiful thing, really it is. Look at that, just no problems at all, you know. Round and round and round we go. Wahoo! This is actually one of the few motorcycles I would consider trading my Himalayan for, maybe. Hey, here we are at Baxter Cycle. Let's find a spot and do a little talk about. It is starting to sprinkle here, so we're going to try to do this quickly. Triumph Street Scrambler. This is a 900cc single overhead cam, liquid cooled, 270 degree crank. That's what has that wonderful, wonderful sound. 8 valves, so 4 valves per cylinder. There's a radiator for the liquid cooling. Beautiful style. Look at that pipe. Absolutely gorgeous motorcycle. It's got a 5-speed transmission, 310 millimeter disc on the front with a Brembo caliper. Looks like a 4-piston caliper. It is. The disc on the back is a 255 Nissan, and that looks like a 2-piston caliper, by golly. It's got a 41 millimeter fork on the front with 4.7 inches of travel. It's about 120 millimeters. I like the fact that it's covered. On the rear, we've got dual shocks, adjustable for compression. Again, 4.7 inches. That's 120 millimeters. Front tire is a 190/19, and the rear is a 150/17. And these are Metzler Torrance tires. This bike has a high fender, this grille over the headlight, the fly screen. I think that's an extra heavy bash plate on the bottom. I think that's all our add-ons. Oh, we've got the knee pads too, knee pads. Wheelbase, 56.9 inches, that's 1445 millimeters. 31.1 inch seat height, 790, 3.2 gallon gas tank. That's about 12 liters and 492 pounds wet weight. That's 223 kilograms. And I am really sorry, but we have to get this bike inside. It's starting to rain. I just want to talk about the looks and styling of this motorcycle real quick. It's an absolutely gorgeous looking motorcycle. It's got the classic Triumph style all the way through. Of course, it's got the Triumph quality, the Triumph engineering. Everything is just right. Everything is, you know, the best of everything. I just love the way these things look. We've got the finned engine, even though it's oil cooled. We've got this gorgeous pipe. Just look at the engineering just in that alone. Triumph heart. The faux transmission right there, that's actually a chain cover. And look at this. Isn't that just a gorgeous brake lever? Nice and heavy duty. Excellent skid guard on the bottom. That's actually aluminum. Chain drive, of course. Little pad seat on the back. Look at that back end. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Jumping over to this side, number plate. Again, just everything's right there. I like it. Lots of extras on this one. Can't remember what it costs. I'll put the price right here, right now. Hey, if you're in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield Triumph like this one, classic British bike of any type, get yourself over to baxtercycle.com. Ask for Jeremy or Mark or Randy. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Now, if it's not raining where you're at, or even if it is, get out there and ride. Wahoo!